I'm standing in front of a mass grave in Bucha, Ukraine, a suburb of Kyiv.
Матроски. Десант. Русский десант.
The citizens of Bucha have been the victims of war crimes and crimes against humanity for the last few weeks during the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the Russian war against the Ukrainian people. Over 200 bodies have been identified inside the mass graves here in Bucha alone. The mayor of Bucha says the number is much higher. Bodies of Ukrainians executed by Russia's military are stacked in this grave. I fear that as more towns and cities are liberated, there will be many more Buchas. The costs of the war go far beyond the most recent atrocity here in Bucha. The tragic and needless human and financial costs will continue to grow until Russian President Vladimir Putin decides it is his interest to end his war of aggression against Ukraine. The war must be stopped. The human cost is indescribable. We must demand that our leaders do more to stop the Russian war machine. So far, sanctions have been deployed against Russia's elite, those who profit from their proximity to Putin. But only half of Russia's richest people have been put on sanctions lists, and Europe can do far more to end its dependence on Russian oil and gas and metals. Oil and gas is an export that sends €500 million per day to Russia. The goals of the global community should be to end this suffering as quickly as possible. Great power competition with Russia and a dangerous drive to relive the Cold War shouldn't come at the expense of the Ukrainian people. The sanction strategy must be expanded in order to build Ukraine's negotiating leverage to end this war now, halt the killing of their civilians, and achieve a settlement providing for meaningful sovereignty and independence for Ukraine.
Nothing less happening than major war crimes. Responsible nations have to come together to hold these perpetrators accountable.
Targeting and murdering civilians is a war crime.
Those responsible will be held to account.
The killing of innocent civilians must stop. Civilians whose only crime is being Ukrainian. We must use all the tools that we can find to stop this war.